What's going on, aviators, and welcome to the AV8R Podcast. It's been like ages since we recorded and posted anything. Things have been a crazy roller coaster ride ever since the last video in like November of last year, which was like 11 months ago at this point. But just a quick year in review before we dive into the topic of this video. So in January, we released a wave of two-sided prints produced by the Minifig Co. In February, we released two new sets: the 501st Battle Pack, which we still have a few available, and the Embarn Starfighter, which sold out super quick. In April, we got our UV printer operational and began producing our very own figures. And on May 1st, we launched our very first wave of printed figures, completely produced in-house. I spent like an entire week just printing a whole bunch of figures, and I almost died. But anyway, we also hired someone to do resin casting and order packing in-house with us, so fulfillments and restocks happen very quickly now. And in June, we released Purge Troopers, collaborated with the Rebel Lug to produce a custom printed squad. We do still have a couple on pre-order left, however, it won't be shipped out till the end of September. And in July, we prototyped our very first 3D modeled items, including like a Phase 2 helmet, some sun visors, and a couple accessories. And those are a couple things that we have in the works right now, getting ready for plastic injection. So I hope to see some development on that soon, and I'll update you guys about that. But in August and September, we have been experiencing a number of issues with our printer, and if you are on our email list, we've been talking over and over again about the different kind of problems we've been having with the printer and what we've been doing to get it fixed. But it is in the process of getting fixed right now, so it's almost done. But with all that said, today we are launching the start of the new AV8R Podcast, hosted by me and AR8.
Hi guys, Lego Art Productions here, and you may know me from my mocks and from my Lego photography. We've been having this in the works for around 3 months already, and we can't wait to get the ball rolling on this one.
So as of late, content in general has kind of been a secondary item, while production and fulfillment have been our key focus. We're still wrapping things up on the production side, but we decided it's time to shift focus just a little bit and bring some valuable content to you guys that we hope will be inspiring, entertaining, and thought-provoking.
Yeah, so we'll be hosting this podcast on numerous platforms, such as we have YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Soundcloud. For YouTube, however, we will upload the episodes on both our channels on an basically alternating basis.
So what you can expect from us is a more diverse range of topics as opposed to just updates on what's going on here at AVFigures. As many of you are aware, we're not just a company that makes custom Lego, but we also have a goal to spread creativity and positivity through Lego.
So you can expect really thought-provoking conversations about a bunch of different things, from wholesome motivational content to new Lego releases, Star Wars reviews, or movies or trailers, and all sorts of things in between.
So we have a couple of topics and ideas that we want to talk about in this podcast that you guys will see, as we flush out the content. But this is something that's really new to all of us, and we're very, very open to suggestions, recommendations, and anything of the sort. This is the AV8R Podcast, and it really wouldn't be the AV8R Podcast without the involvement of you, aviators. So we really value your feedback on what we should do, add, change, and talk about, and who to interview, things like that. So among the many things we have in the works, we also have a public AVFigures Discord, which will be a really cool community where we will host channels for buying and selling, decal tips, general chats, and a dedicated channel specifically for this podcast. More details on that to come.
Yeah, so here you can participate in the actual creation of the podcast and its content, and you can even be featured on our podcast, and you can even get rewards for participation. We really want to make this podcast something special in the community, so it's definitely centered around giving value.
So once again, we're super excited to kick off this project, and we hope to see you all in the first full episode of the podcast, estimated to launch on Monday, October 7th. Mark your calendars, because this episode is one of my favorite topics. In the meantime, keep your eyes peeled, and remember, never settle, always go above and beyond. Catch you later, aviators.